Good morning, everyone. Yeah, I love that. Okay, I'm Phil Klissa with the Wisconsin Board for People with Developmental Disabilities. This is our 18th conference. Yay! We have lots of people that are new, and so we're very excited to welcome them this year to the conference. This year's theme, self-determination by design, is talking about having the life that you choose, having it your way. So we hope that the sessions will reflect your desires to improve things in your community, in your life, and with each other. So um, I'm hoping that this will be a really interesting day for you guys. So community is really important, and you all have such an amazing community here. I know that for me personally, I've needed this. I'm so excited to be here with all of you guys. We do this once a year, but it feels so good to all come together again. And I know that this has been a difficult year for many of us, and this community has really come together and rallied, and truly we are better together. So kudos to all of you. I have a few quick announcements for housekeeping, and then we'll start the program. So first of all, if you are looking for continuing education credit, go to the front desk and the registration desk and get your CEU form. And then in each session, there's a QR code, and the room monitor will have the secret word that you will need to complete the survey that you need to do after each session. For the general session here today, there is a QR code posted, and the secret word is also posted right by the doors there. So you can get that there. Um, the presentation, the keynote presentation today is doing some interactive play. And so they're going to be walking around giving each table some spoons. So just don't use them for your coffee. Just hold on to them. You'll find out what you need to do with that. After 8 great breakout sessions, we will come back here for lunch. And then we'll have some more breakout sessions. At our next afternoon break, we're going to be coming in here and watching a very quick little documentary film about our own Cindy Bentley. We're very happy and proud that this documentary, done by Susan Borey and Dan Poe, who's here, who did a lot of the filming. It was in the Wisconsin Film Festival this year and got really great reviews. So we're really proud of that and proud of Cindy. So, and then tonight we have a dance floor here, so we've got to be doing some dancing. And DJ Buffet is going to be here dancing and making sure that you all are having a good time. But that's not all. We also have some games this year. So the games will be out in the hallway, but we have trivia, we have Pictionary, and we have some other games. And all of those are going to be supported by the Holman students, and they've done a terrific job of helping and supporting the conference. Yes, last night at the kickoff, and then again tonight with the games. So let's start with introducing Beth Swedeen. Beth is our executive director for the Wisconsin Board for People with Developmental Disabilities, and she'd like to give you a welcome. So thank you. Enjoy your day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Good morning, everyone. Who's got a lot of energy for our conference? Oh, you guys can be more enthused than that. Come on. Who's excited to be here? Great. This is our 18th conference, if you can believe that. Has anybody been here more than 10 times? Raise your hand high. Wow, that's great. Anybody think they've been here for all 18? Give that person a piece of pie. Great. Well, welcome. We're so excited to see everybody. We can't wait for you to experience the sessions, the keynotes, the exhibitors. Bring your bags because there's lots of great stuff that you're going to want to take home with you. And it is my honor right now to introduce to you Big Bear Kenneth Funmaker Jr., who's a proud member of the Ho-Chunk and Meskwaki nations. Kenneth is also a member of the Bear Clan, whose duties include overseeing matters pertaining to the earth. Therefore, it's most culturally appropriate that a Bear Clan member offer this land acknowledgement to kick off our conference. Welcome, Ken.
Good morning. IDP. That means good morning in the Ho-Chunk Nation language. And I'm very honored to be up here before everybody. And before we get started, I just wanted to welcome everybody to our land here in Wisconsin Dells area. We have a lot to offer, and I'm very proud to be doing this acknowledgement for the conference here today. I want to say that it comes with like it's very humbling to do this, to be asked, like before they even asked, like we always drive around here, we're not taking full advantage of our surroundings here, like the water, like we kind of I grew up here, so we take everything like for granted, and not kind of seeing all its beauty. So if you get a chance, stop a little bit, look around, and take it all in, because it's very beautiful. It's not all the water parks. I'm sorry about the Kalahari here, but get out there. Look at the rocks, and there's a little bit of nature around. You probably see a deer or some eagles flying around. That's pretty cool. It's what we have to offer here. And I'll introduce myself. My name is Ken Funmaker Jr. I'm like you said before, I'm my father was Ho-Chunk, and my mother was from Iowa, Tama, Iowa, and she was from the Meskwaki Nation, Sac and Fox, they call that, Red Earth people. And we just got done with a big celebration down in Milwaukee. I don't know if anybody was down there at Hunting Moon celebration at the Potawatomi Casino, and they provided a really awesome time. So next time you get to go to a celebration, go over there. You might see me dancing or singing around over there. It's pretty fun. It's a gathering of all of our, like here. We get to meet different people and mingle, and get to know each other. And it's a kind of a stress reliever. So that's that. If anybody has any like you always hear about a powwow. A powwow is mainly a gathering, like a festival. That's just a word for it. That we use. It's pretty. There's gatherings every weekend all over the United States. You can go anywhere in the United States, and you can find one. And I'm gonna finish up with my introduction here. My clan name is Hunchkatega. That means Big Bear, and I'm from the Dalles area here, and I'll get started here. We are gathered today in Nisla, the Dalles, which means village by the water. Today you are amongst the Ho-Chunk people, and we are still here. Our people stewarded 10 million acres recognized by treaty. And despite repeated government removals, we are still here. I want to say we are all here for a purpose. I want to say we are all here for our loved ones through difficult times. And we can all have a place in our communities. I want to thank you. And before we get started, I want to bring up my son. This is Cody Funmaker, graduate of Edgewood College. He's part of the cutting edge. Shout out to Cutting Edge. And we're gonna it is customary that when we start off our events, you know, usually that we honor our veterans, and you know, they kind of, they're the reason why we're still here, you know, and we can do this. We can meet and, you know, together and, you know, share our ideas. So we're gonna do a flag song, and that's kind of our version of the national anthem. So if you can please stand if possible. If you can't, that's all right. You know, it just, you know, it just it's our version of our national anthem. Go 2 times. We Washington, Hatare. 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 Hey, ah, ya, oh. We Washington, Hatare, Hotag Manape, Washoshe, we Washington, Hatare, hey, ya, we Washington, Hatare, 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 hey, ya, yo. We Washington, Hatare, Otang Manape, Washoshe, we Washington, Hatare, hey, yo. We Washington, Hatare, 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 hey, yo. We Washington, Hatare, Otang Manape, Washoshe, we Washington, Hatare, thank you. May be seated. Thank you for allowing us to do our song here, and have a good conference. See you later.
Can everybody hear me? All right. So everybody who knows me, I'm an Energizer bunny. So I'm going to make everybody say, how are you doing today? All right. We're going to have some amazing self-advocates. So I am the moderator. And as you know, you might hear some crack jokes because you know how I am. Welcome to our keynote, our Tuesday keynote. I am excited. My name is Ashley Matthew. I am a statewide advocate and serve on the board for people with developmental disabilities. And I was also formerly chair of BPDD. I am also part of People First of Wisconsin. I am going to introduce our amazing panel. Dr. Angela Marks, Cindy Bentley, which is my best friend, Cindy Badeau, Nathaniel Lintz, and Stephanie Mathatic, and ask some questions. Welcome, everybody. Please tell us a little bit about yourself. So, Dr. Marks, I want you to tell us what you know. So, we're going to go for your. All right. I'm sorry that took so long, but here's a little bit about me first. I am a public speaker, a peer intern, and I work for the Governor's Board for People with Developmental Disabilities. And I was recently chair. And another cool fact about me is I made to the finals of Love on the Spectrum. So that was quite amazing. I didn't make it to the finals, but they loved my bubbly, energetic voice. So that was quite an honor. And I love to do anything to inspire people with autism. By the way, I want to do a plug for the Lilac Room. We're trying to support neurodivergence. So back there are autistic jean jackets at the Lilac Room. So please stop by. And now we're going to introduce the amazing Angela Dr. Marks. Give her a round of applause.
All right, thank you. So I'm Dr. Angela Marks. I'm a licensed psychologist and founder of Place of Mind. And at Place of Mind, we exist in the intersection of mental health and disability health, specifically focusing on brain differences and neurodiversity, and kind of more of those hidden or invisible disabilities.
All right, we're going to go to the powerhouse advocate and my best friend, Cindy Bentley. Let's give her a round of applause.
My name is Cindy Bentley. I am the Executive Director of People First of Wisconsin. I came from an institution on June 1st, 1984. I worked hard and has become the person I am today. I have my own apartment. Roommate is a kitty cat. That's not in there, but I self-direct services through the IRIS program. I am thankful for the IRIS program and for all the people that's helped me all through the years. Thank you.
All right, we're down to Cindy Badeau. She's good at PowerPoints and she's just as feisty as ever, like me and Cindy Bentley. So here we go, Cindy Badeau.
My name is Sydney Badeau. I'm an advocacy and outreach specialist for People First Wisconsin and the ARC Wisconsin. I'm also chair of BPDD. I'm on quite a few boards and coalitions, and I'm a graduate of Partners in Policymaking. I have helped change policies across the state and country and excel at social media and graphic design work. I'm also a resource for all things related to plain language and accessibility.
Awesome. Give a round for Sydney. All right. This is an advocate who's really good at the technical side of things and helping different people in national organizations get things in plain language. So give Nathaniel Lentz a round of applause.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nathaniel Lentz. I'm a University of Wisconsin Whitewater advocate and a contributing editor of a book called Disability, Intersectionality, and Belonging in Special Education. I have acted for people with disabilities since 2007, presenting nationally and serving on multiple boards and coalitions. I've influenced policy in both the state and federal levels, and I also am a program manager for ARC of Dane County. Thank you so much.
Let's give Nathaniel another round of applause. All right, this is someone who coordinates some activities. She's an amazing person, and she's definitely so inspiring to me about how she has a marriage, and she's just someone I really look up to. This is Stephanie Malajic. So let's give Stephanie a round of applause.
Hey, everybody. I'm testing my mic at the moment. Okay. My name is Stephanie Logic. I am the Sexual Violence Prevention Project Manager for People First Wisconsin. I have an extensive background in advocacy, relationship building, freelance writing, and fund development. As an active and knowledgeable self-advocate, I use my own experience of living with a disability as a backdrop to discuss important issues. My lived experience as a sexual violence survivor led me to my current work at PFW. This is work that is not only vitally necessary within the disability community, but also impactful and fulfilling. So hi, everybody.
Okay, so we are here to share our experiences with a Humanizing Health and Healing Fellowship. So Place of Mind got to join with People First, and what we got to do was a fellowship process with them. So that process, I'm just going to give a little intro to at first. So what that process involved for us, it's we call it not another training. So we learned some stuff, yes. But what is more important about this process is that we help people to kind of integrate that learning into their own lives. So into their own personal lives, professional lives, by allowing them to have the knowledge, the space to think about things and how it relates to their own life. So it is informed by neurodivergent voices and lived experience, and it really focuses on doing differently, not necessarily doing more. None of us have more time or more resources, but we're doing differently with what we have. So we are going to hear from People First and their experience within that fellowship process that we got to join together around.
All right, Sydney. And me and Sydney kind of came up with this analogy because I always say my head's like a clock ticking, that it won't be quiet. That's an autistic brain. If any of you have an autistic brain, do you guys agree? Raise your hand if you think your clock is ticking and it won't be quiet. Okay, that's the autistic brain. And Sydney does such a job of actually doing it. I came up with the idea and she has such a great job of putting it together. So let's give Cindy a round of applause. All right, now, Sydney, I'm gonna let you speak about your slide.
Spoon theory has helped me be healthier because I'm able to understand my daily energy level better. I can choose my daily activities and make sure I do things to fill my energy back up. I've heard about the theory before, but Place of Mind training explained it in a different way. Usually, people only talk about activities that take spoons or energy to do. There are also activities that add spoons or increase energy. I didn't realize that. Things like going outside, music breaks, and doing puzzles at the end of the day are tasks that can add spoons, not just take them away. This helps me when planning out my availability and my schedules. I know how to fill my day, so I avoid crashing out or taking on more than I could do in a day.
All right, next slide.
All right, so I'm going to explain. Cindy talked about spoon theory. How many people have heard of spoon theory before? Raise your hand. Okay, great. So I'm going to talk a little bit about it. We're going to get some practice with it. Raise your hand if you don't have spoons at your table. You should have a cup with some spoons at your table. We want to make sure everybody's got. Wow, good job passing out the spoons. There's lots of tables here. Okay, so we're going to go through the activity together. So I want everybody at your table. I'm going to explain it, but now that we have our spoons identified, everybody at the table just grab some spoons. Preferably more than one. Doesn't matter exactly. Everybody doesn't have to have the exact same amount, but just grab some from that cup, everybody at the table. Yes, preferably the spoons, not the forks. I think they represent something else in spoon theory, actually, but we're going to just be using the spoons today. Okay, so keep grabbing the spoons. I'm just going to explain it quick, and then I will lead us through our activity. So each spoon represents a daily dose of energy. So everything that we do in our lives costs us energy. And this is both our physical energy and our mental energy. Okay, that's what the spoon represents. It's kind of one aspect of our physical and mental energy. We each start with a different number of spoons every day. So that's why I said it doesn't matter how many you're starting with. That's how it turns out day to day. And then some activities actually give us some energy back. So we're going to go through examples here. But the thing about spoons, right, is we only have so much physical and mental energy for each day before we need to replenish that for the next day. So once they're gone, and we can't be expected to kind of do anything because our energy is totally depleted. So you may have heard people say things like, I don't have any spoons left, or I don't have spoons for that. That's what they're referring to because of this spoon theory. So all right, so let's go to the next slide. We're going to give an experience here, an example. So this is an example of what we did through the fellowship. We like to give people the experience, not just the knowledge, right? Because our bodies remember the experiences. So you can go to the next slide. Oh, I have the slides, sorry. Okay, so everybody's got their spoons, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to go through just a few daily activities. This is just some of them. This is by no means a whole day. And I want you to put a spoon down on the table in front of you based on how many spoons, both physical and mental energy, you would think that activity takes you. It's likely going to be different for everybody, and that's totally fine, okay? And then if there's any of these activities that you think might give you some energy back, then you can pick up a spoon or 2 spoons. And at the end, we're going to see how many spoons everybody has left, okay? All right. First, how many spoons do you think it takes for you to get ready and get out of the house in the morning? Or face your day in the morning? Yeah, I know, Cindy. Me too. Takes a lot of my spoons too. All right. So put your spoons down if however many it takes for you to get ready. This is not a scientific thing, by the way. It's kind of just whatever you're kind of feeling. The number or the spoons don't represent an exact number by any means. How about going grocery shopping? How many spoons does that take? Also, maybe a lot, maybe not. Maybe some people get some energy from that. How about meeting with a friend? That give you any spoons back? Or maybe that does take some spoons. How about making dinner? That'd take all my spoons at the end of the day for sure. All right, so hold up your spoons. How many people have any spoons left? I see 1, I see some 2 ones. Okay, got some no spoons left. Oh, quite a few spoons left in some of those. Okay. So again, just an example here. There are other things that could impact this, such as, maybe when you're going grocery shopping, it's a gloomy, dark, rainy day. Maybe that would take some more spoons, right? Or maybe you're meeting with a friend and it's in more of a stressful, crowded place, or maybe it's in a home. So the environment might also impact how many spoons it might take too, right? So this again is just one example of spoon theory, and it applies to us all. It's not just related to disability. But it also, what I appreciated about it is that it uncovers some of those sort of hidden and invisible sort of disability aspects that may just take more spoons because of the differences. So I hope you enjoyed that. We are doing another session at 2, I believe, where we're going to be leading people through another planning process. It's about finding comfort and building a self-soothing plan. So if you want to join us for that, we would love to see you there. There's going to be some other Place of Mind folks who will be leading that at another experiential sort of example. Okay.
All right. So how do you use these skills in this job? And I think it's Sydney, Nathaniel, and Sydney. So do you want to tell us how you use your skills for your job? Oh, it's Nathaniel.
It's
Okay.
It's okay.
Are you ready? Are you on deck, Nathaniel?
Yeah, I'm on deck. Thank you. Okay, I use the spoon activity to work on the Just Ask project where self-advocates have a discussion with a community member. I set up the meetings. I do the orientation meetings with that project, and I do the filming with Nick, and then lastly I follow up with the self-advocate. And then in my work for Institute for Exceptional Care, I plan with the program manager to make sure I know what my role is and what is expected of me. When I work with the University of New Hampshire, spoons help me manage several projects that I am working on. I was also recently promoted to a co-facilitator role with University of New Hampshire. DSA was very accommodating for me from the start in the interviewing process. For example, when I was getting ready for my phone interview, I asked the employment services manager if he could send the prep questions for the phone interview. He did. Next, I asked if he could send the formal interview questions. He did. Now, since I have the job, he has been helpful every step of the way in my journey as a job coach. I get support when I ask for accommodations. This makes my professional experience calm and comfortable. It has given me more confidence. I believe in the professionals that take the time to listen, talk with, and work on a plan that will help self-advocates like me become successful. Thank you.
All right, let's give Nathaniel a round of applause. Great job, Nathaniel. All right. Our rock star, Cindy Bentley, is up.
About my life. Okay, good morning again. I've been struggling with stress. Is that the one I'm supposed to do, Ashley? There's 2 of them. Yeah, it's not, it's. Okay. So, it's not, sorry, I'm nervous. Something.
All right. Cindy,
No, I got it. I'm sorry. Cindy, okay. I've been struggling with stress. On the outside, I look and sound happy, but I actually depressed and sad. That thing helps me realize that it is okay not to be okay. Reach out for help. Tell someone how you're feeling. I did that, and now when I get depressed during sessions, I have seasonal, what is it? season affectional disorder. We found this out. I didn't even know I had it until I started investigating. Seasonal change. I use a sun lamp, a tablet with different colors, lights helps me improve my mood. I also talk to a therapist to get help, and I was not. I will add something to that. I wasn't too crazy about um, talking to a therapist because when I was younger, I didn't think they were listening, but I found a therapist that understands what I'm going through. I might cry because it's kind of interesting, but it happens soon as the clocks change. I'm going to have lots of issues. So, um, so it says helps me to improve my mood. Also talk to a therapist every other week. Go for walks and make sure I eat well. My advice is to get help and medication if needed. Happy people need help too. Repeat after me. I learned this from a good friend and my job coach at the same time. Repeat after me. No matter what you're going through, remember you matter and you are loved. And that's one thing I had to learn because coming out of a state institution, sorry, I always get emotional. Coming out of the institution, I didn't think I was loved. But what I realized a few weeks ago, I had to think about this because I know I was going to have to do this. I am so loved in my community, and I work hard in my community. But I just feel that I am getting the supports I need, not only from my job coach, my friends, but also I'm getting support from the Iris program because I didn't put that in there. I can talk from the heart from that. If the Iris program was not there, I would not be able to direct my services and hire the people that I know love me. And also I'm getting good exercise, getting out to activities because Iris is helping me to do that. So I want to talk up Iris. If you don't have Iris, I can tell you how you can do that. So it doesn't matter. And then I did not pack. Um, it is a lamp. It's like a iPad. Can you explain what that is too? I forgot to pack it.
Cindy was gonna pack an example of her lamp. So it's like an iPad looking thing, and it's a lamp that helps with some of the seasonal changes and the light that happens with the seasonal changes. So thank you, Cindy.
And it has helped. I got it out. And then I should have, I don't know. I'm just packing clothes and then I forgot to pack it. So you know how it goes. At least I packed the important things. So there.
All right, Stephanie, you're up. How has the palm training changed how you think about trauma and healing?
Okay, hang on, I'm getting a little feedback in my mic here. I'm gonna try to. Can you shut this off? Thank you. All right. It has changed my view of trauma and the impact it has, which is important to understand. But I know it's a very triggering topic for people. So before I talk about what I learned, I just want to encourage everyone in the room to take some deep breaths and listen to your body and emotional responses. It can be difficult to talk about, so please do what you need to do to take care of yourselves. and I'm not going to go into detail about the trauma I experienced, just want to put that out there for everyone. As a survivor of sexual violence myself, working in the field to support and educate other survivors, you can imagine I've been through a lot of trauma-focused trainings. And what I found unique about the Place of Mind training was they started it by talking about healing and regulation techniques first, and then explained what trauma is and how it works. And in those cases, I've been in trainings, they go through what trauma is, how it works, and by the time you get through that portion of the training, there's not a lot of time left for the healing and emotional regulation side. So it's almost like it's tacked on as an afterthought, when it's probably the most important part. So by starting backwards, it made healing a priority. And we were given tools and coping skills that we could use in real time. So that when we unpack trauma in more detail, we could use what we learned to reduce the triggering responses that came up. As a result, I remember more about what I learned and have been able to use it in my daily life long term. In fact, I also now talk to partners and providers about it and encourage them to start backwards, because it's been a true game changer. So that's it for me.
All right. So when something bad happens, what would you do differently? I got take a deep breath, ground myself. If any of you, so take a deep breath this morning. So a lot of times I go through a lot of panic attacks in my life, even though I seem so bubbly and energetic and stuff like that. So I do a lot of grounding exercises where I sit on the ground. If I see 5 things I can see, 5 things I can hear, and 5 things I can touch. So that's one thing that really helps me. And also, did you guys know that cold plunges actually can help you? It can shock your nervous system when you're having a panic attack. Or ice packs. So that's something that I've learned in the past year, and I've really kind of helped myself grow. So I really think that that is something very important. All right, and now we're gonna go to goat exercise. How many of you like goats? All right, so I don't know who's it is. All right. So you're going to choose one in this activity. Which one are you? So if you're irritated with someone, I suppose you're going to have a goat with a tongue out. Who feels that way today? Okay. I mean, it's typical, right? If someone's stalking you or someone's irritating you, to have that silly feeling. Okay. So who's feeling like a sleepy goat, like they just want some caffeine to wake up?
Maybe right now. Yeah.
Who's kind of feeling like they want to hide their head like a sheep? Like, I'm just going to hide my head. Who's feeling like they want a bucket over their head, maybe to eliminate someone who's hurting your feelings? Who's feeling like they just want to lay down and be sleepy? Raise your hand. Who's feeling like they are going to have a whole bunch of flowers on them? I'm feeling that way. I'm feeling bubbly. Let's hear the room out there. Who feels like that? All right. Who feels like they just kind of want to lay on a wall right now? Who feels like they just want to say, hip, hip, hooray? Who feels like they want to jump in the air? All right, next slide. All right, visit the Place of Mind and People First websites for more information and more organization, placeofmind.com. And I'm Ashley Matthew, and I'm so happy to be your moderator, and I hope you have a great conference. You are all amazing, and you are all loved, okay? Give yourself a round of applause.